Have you guys ever played that game, One Word Story, where you and your friends each take turns saying a single word until eventually you form some kind of incoherent mess of a story? Well, this video is a little like that, but with comics. See, I've gathered 10 artists who I'm forcing to work together to make a comic. This comic will be 10 pages long, with each page being made by a different artist. The fun part is that there will be no communication between the artists whatsoever. So there is absolutely no predicting what this comic is going to be about, or if it's going to even end up making any sense by the end. I guess we'll just have to see how it goes. Let's start at the beginning, shall we? With the first page of the comic. Guess who's doing the first page? It's me again. Since I'm making the first page, it was my job to introduce the premise of the story. I really wanted the story to be something that the other artists could take in any direction they wanted, but still have a clear goal to end up on. So I came up with the wonderful idea of having this story be about a competition. Now, you may be wondering what kind of competition our characters will be competing in this comic. I thought it would be fun if they competed in a fantasy card game I'm gonna be calling Magic Card. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this is just totally a straight rip-off of Card Wars from Adventure Time. I really liked that episode. I thought it was really cool. The concept of like a fantasy card game where the cards come to life and you get to battle with them, I just really liked it. It was one of my favorite episodes of Adventure Time when I was a kid, and I thought it would make a really fun premise for a comic. So we're doing it, but we're calling it Magic Card, so Adventure Time can't sue me. For the characters I'm putting in this comic, I've had this group of OCs for a while that I've never really known what to do with. So I thought they'd be a pretty good fit for this comic, specifically because they're easy to draw. And I know from past experience, having characters that are easy to draw is really good when you get a bunch of different artists drawing them, which is what we're doing in this collab. We're gonna have a bunch of different artists drawing these guys. So I'm pretty sure they'll appreciate these. I think they're cool. I'm happy with this first page, yeah. Here's the first page, it's done, it's good, it's awesome. Good luck to the next artist. Can't wait to see how this comic turns out.
Hey guys, my name is RGB. As the second artist, I fortunately had a lot to work with. The first page had already introduced the story's core characters and where everything is taking place in. It was a pretty solid start, so my job was to flesh out the characters as much as I could to give the next artist a direction to go in. With this page, I decided to show the audience how Bitter and Eyeclops had non-resolved beef with each other, while Kook was just a bystander who wanted to enjoy his game. When I saw Whisker, they were the silliest little guy, and I knew I had to show them front and center so they could be set up as the main character who accidentally got in the tournament and by sheer luck managed to stay into the final round. The truth is, they don't really know what the heck is going on at all, but I really hope they win this tournament. Drawing-wise, the art style was pretty easy to replicate, so I didn't struggle too much to finish up the page. Anyways, if you're with me, let's scream, Team Whisker, let's go!
Stop the video! Before we continue with the video, let me ask you guys a question. Are you guys tired of literally every social media platform now trying to steal your art and train their own AI models with? Are you sick of all the unnecessary politics and hate these platforms encourage? Do you just want a nice, fun place to post your art again? Well, let me introduce you to Unvale, the sponsor of today's video. Unvale is a place where you can upload and share all of your original characters and the art you've made for them. It's completely AI-free and anti-NFT, so you can guarantee it's a safe place for artists. It's even got tons of cool features like the ability to create worlds, write about your characters, and it even has a marketplace. So what are you waiting for? Click the link in the description to join Unvale today. Click it. No, you wanna. Click the link. I said click it!
Hello, my name is Astar.
And I just want to say in advance, I am so sorry for my mic. I am traveling right now, so this audio is going to sound chopped as hell, and I am so sorry. I was going third in this collab, and I felt like it was a good time in the story to actually start the action. So I decided that my page would focus on what powers the cards gave each of the characters. I gave the silly little devil guy something cool sounding, like Black Lightning, and I gave the green wizard guy a homunculus, because it just sounded cool. Now for my absolute favorite character out of all these silly guys. It's Kook! Oh my god, look at him. He's literally every character thing that I like. Not only is he a bird with wings, but he's also blue and he has a horn. Like, come on guys, that's literally so cool. And I love him so much, and justice for Kook, he should have won. Anyway, I gave him ice powers because his little card things had a snowflake on them, and I gave him a cute little blizzard that I apparently spelled wrong. Now on to the actual main character. It's time for the silly orange cat guy. Since it was set up that he doesn't really know what he's doing, I thought it'd be funny to give him like a silly card. So I gave him Meow. Yep, that's his card. Alright, well, that's it for me. I'm gonna send it off to the next person to make page 4.
I am so lucky this time. The comic isn't even finished yet, and I already have someone to fight behind the garage for their sins. Astar. Grammar police sends you to jail. No wonder this Lego chicken is so weak. Not gonna lie, seeing the theme of the comic startled me. It is card games. The only thing I know about them is that Uno cards are great tools to turn emotional damage into counterattack, or to deflect responsibility. Fortunately, my page's focus should be on this little guy, and it makes my task a little bit easier. Enlarging a cat spirit into a scary, toothy monster was, in my opinion, a boring idea to go with. This time, I do not want to give any room for it to turn into tragedy. Instead, let's leave him small and make him actually very clever, going through different challenges with a breeze. Someone might say with that attack, Kook did not cook. Red Devil Puppy seems like someone who would totally try to obliterate the opponent fast and violently. Do not ask me how exactly that anatomy works. Whatever was that homunculus spell, it matters no more. Gone like a nice drink. And finally, scoreboard with a cat supremacy shining in the form of 1 point for Whisker. Skynix, I've done my job. Please let me out. Wait, what do you mean you've lost the keys?
So, I have never drawn a comic page before, except maybe when I was like 8, but that doesn't really count. I wasn't at first sure what direction I should take the comic into, so I decided to take a look at the previous pages and noticed a line in RGB's page where Eyeclops mentions Peter cheating in the competition in the previous year. From that, I knew I wanted to give Peter an evil revenge arc. I was at first a bit nervous that copying Skynix's art style would be hard since my art style is not exactly that similar. But I think I did a pretty good job with that. Cough. You might have noticed that I might have maybe not realized that I have used the paneling tool in Clip Studio Paint instead of just using the line tool, but it's fine, I think. For the first 3 panels, I just decided to show how everyone reacted to Whisker's winning the battle, but I wanted to give the next artist some freedom with the way the story would continue. So in the last panel, I just drew a Peter, evil laughing and planning something without actually showing what it would be. Then my page was done. Off to the next artist.
Hey guys, it's me, your favorite deer guy, and if I'm not your favorite, that's a problem. It's Sebs. Yeah, Sebs or something at youtube.com. Go subscribe right now. So I got the cool honor of drawing page number 6, which is cool. But I also, I'm pretty sure like 6 is like a bad omen or anything. It really doesn't matter, but I think it might have been a, yeah, you know. I knew I wanted to do something cool, but also I think the best I could have done thematically would be a transition page. So that's what I went for. I went for like a little transition page. And because I wanted it to be kind of cool, I also wanted to dive into some cool perspective, but I also wanted to be able to do it fast, which I didn't do. I ended up making a whole 3D model of the entire stage because I wanted to get the perspective just right, and I'm actually really happy with how it came out. But for like the rest of the pages, I knew that I needed to be like, oh, round 2, starting now. So that's kind of what I went for, just to get the story moving along. And I'm actually really proud of like how it came out. Even if it's not the best work I've made, I'm pretty proud of it.
Damn, when did we upgrade? You already know the drill. I am here to show you my page for the comic collab. Page number 7. And so I'm gonna be a little bit honest with you guys. I kind of just add a little bit of that, a little bit of this, you know, some loop-de-loop, yep. And then, you know, like you gotta have the type, the lettering, so you put that, yeah. And I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't know what I did. Alright, enough horsing around guys, come on. It's the comic collab, the gracious comic collab. We have to like lock in. So in the last couple pages, Peter was shown that he has electric cards or lightning cards, you know, with the black lightning or something like that, you know, so that's what I wanted to capture in mind. The last page as well, made by subs, you know, Shaq and Kobe alley-oop, I was given a whole creative freedom basically on this entire page. And you know, since Peter has that history of like lightning, I thought that like the better card would be like the storm, I guess. Yeah, storms. Okay, that's it. Bye.
I am next. I got assigned page 8, which means there were only 3 pages left, 2 without including mine. So I had to make things move a bit faster and write the beginning of the climax. So far, this whole story has been set in Whisker as the main character and Peter as the antagonist. And I thought it was the right call to get rid of the other 2 for the finale, so we could focus our whole attention on these 2. Even if I was personally on Team Kook. Sorry, little guy. The previous page introduced a very powerful card, but why is this card so powerful? I had to think of an ability that could be so stupidly broken that it could realistically get banned. But these are just little goobers, so screw logic. Fully nullifying any cards hit by its rain and by consequence disqualifying all the other competitors. That seemed the overpowered cartoony effect that I needed. And of course, Whisker could be immune to this card because cats don't like getting wet. They could totally be carrying an umbrella with them. Don't ask where they had it this whole time. Anyways, here's my page. We are quickly approaching the great finale. Or a lame finale. I don't know, I haven't read it yet.
So, I didn't know what to do, but I had the idea of doing something a bit funny, or something like that, because this comic was reaching an end and I didn't know what to do. I also had a few problems with the sites and my program crashed a lot of times, so I had to do everything in 1 or 2 layers, so you can see me there struggling and changing things so it fits the end. I also wanted to draw every character so you can see everyone here. This is the exact moment where I was reaching the backgrounds. And as I said earlier, I only could use 1 or 2 layers because the size of the canvas was too big, so I even had to change canvases or just use 1 layer for the background, so you can see me here trying to make the backgrounds look good without using any more layers. And for the last frame I needed to do a little bit of perspective work in there, and I don't really know anything about perspective, but I tried my best in making it look good. I also was giving a very big chance for the cat to win this competition because I really liked him and I, you know, gave him a little push. Now it was time for the final details, the speech bubbles, some words floating here and there. And I think that my page is finished. This is how it looks with text. And here is a little close-up to the final piece. I'm so excited to see the ending of this comic.
At last, it's my turn. I really hope Skynix has good retention, otherwise no one's gonna see this part. Okay, so apparently I'm going last, which is something I derived entirely from context clues because I can't count. Or read, now that I think about it. In Kola's page, there was a very clear setup for some sort of epic final attack, but I don't freaking know how to do that. So instead I'm just gonna have Whisker fly away and go to an anime convention or whatever. Not only is this a subversion of expectations, it also builds Whisker's already strong character. And I'm just saying words, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm a 3D artist, bro. I've never made a comic in my life. But anyways, as you can see from the speed paint, I just now finished the sketch and I am now moving on to line art. I don't usually do line art for my drawings. I always go into a drawing thinking I'm gonna do line art, but then due to my ADHD, I end up procrastinating doing the line art, and while I'm procrastinating, I end up refining the crappy sketch I already have to the point where it could just be used as line art anyway, and eventually I just forget that I was gonna do line art in the first place. Needless to say, I'm not very good at line art. I don't really understand all those complicated concepts like line weight and all that, so I kinda tried to hide my bad line art by adding more colors to it. I put too much cream on my tacos, as we say in Mexico, but I think it turned out fine. I then realized I forgot to do the background, so I quickly rushed to try to scrap something together with the default Procreate brushes. It's not rushed, guys. It's stylized. I swear. But yeah, anyways, this is all from me. Is the curtain closing? Oh god, is the curtain closing it? Oh god.
And with the final page done, this comic is complete. Now you guys know the drill by now. Every time we do this, me and some other artists from the collab, get together and we make an official comic dub for the comic we've created. So we've done just that, and now I want to show it off to you guys. So please sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Eyeclops, Whisker, Peter, and Kook. One of these 4 finalists is about to become the next Magic Card champion.
Back for another defeat? You never learn, Googly Eye.
What a bold attitude. Your schemes are primitive. We know you cheated last year.
You guys always fight. We are supposed to enjoy Magic Card. That's what the game is about.
I still haven't the slightest idea how to play this.
Alright, Magic Card casters, it's time to cast your first Magic Card.
Black Lightning!
Homunculus!
Blizzard!
Yeah.
Huh? Huh?
I practiced that spell for so long.
Whisker leaves no chance for the others in the first round.
Come on, it's just a game.
The next round is starting soon. Round 2. Get ready, folks. It looks like things are heating up.
Not that card.
Black Storm!
I didn't want to use it just yet.
Type
Our cards! They're melting!
Black Storm nullifies any cards that get hit by its rain. And without cards, you cannot play.
Eyeclops and Kook are disqualified. Now it's all between Peter and Whisker.
Wait, what? How did you?
You can buy anything online nowadays.
So smart.
And now... I gotta go.
Huh?
I got an anime convention to attend.
Huh?
Due to identicality, it appears the winner is, Peter.
I quit.